Okay, so we have 3 switches and they're all disconnected, so we're going to unhook them. Can you just look in the camera, see if you can see my face and everything?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, good. These switches don't even feel right. Do you want to run that 10-3 tomorrow in the cellar?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, so when we can go to Lowe's while the phone charges a little bit while I... So we have 3 switches that are disconnected here. There's that end one. Okay, so this one to the 2 switches. And we have a wire that's not being used here, so we'll get that out and we'll put a wire nut on it just to cap it off in case it gets hooked up. It won't make the box live. Get them nice and tight, so we'll get this back out of our way here. So we have this one that goes up to that light. So we'll unhook this. So this one is the power wire here. So they taped all this up. And they didn't even put a wire nut on it, they just taped it up. Wow, look how they just taped it and see it was just getting hot. Wow, these wires got really hot. They were just twisted and taped. They were just twisted and taped and they got very, very hot.
Was the tape melted or something?
Yes, yeah. The tape was melted and the wires are burned.
Thanks.
So I'm glad I found that.
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll make this one. Switch loop here. And we'll cap off the other 2 wires that aren't being used because we don't know what they go to. So just take a little copper off of these here. Do you have a light bulb? We can check that light up above, make sure it works right. Okay, now we'll get our white wires out here. Well, they did the same with the white wires. They just twisted them. And we'll pull all this tape off. They were twisted evenly, so we'll stick a wire nut on them. They're not burned or anything, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like everything's okay there, so we'll put our wire nut on this. Because it looks like they soldered those, so we'll put our wire nut on. Get them together the right way here. Okay, so we'll push this. Our ground wires are all twisted together and bonded to the box. So we'll fold these back in. Fold this back in. We'll point the wire nuts up so that there's no chance of them coming off. The ones we're capping off. Alright, so now we can hook our switch up. We're just going to put one switch in here because there's only one thing we're going to be using on this. And the ground wire is just so short I cannot make a tail, but it is grounded to the back of the box, so it's better than no ground at all. So I'll put the wire to the light. This one. Make it nice and tight. I hate how that Phillips screwdriver hops like a bunny, so tighten that up. I'll scrape some corrosion off the black wire here. Okay, we'll loop our wire the direction our screw turns. Make sure we don't get the insulation under the screw head there. Make sure it's tight. And now we'll put our one working, the light that's overhead. This door is no longer in use. That was, the outside light was up there. So that's one of the ones we disconnected. And we don't know what the other wire goes to, so we now we'll get a special cover for this, just one switch in the middle. And we are all set. So that is how to terminate wires and hook up only what's being used. Here in the country I was born in, we use 12 American wire gauge on 20 amps, 14 American wire gauge on 15 amps. Black is live, white is neutral, the bare the green is the ground. However, red and blue are also live colors, and you may find white live in a switch loop or a 220-240 volt circuit. Peace. Thanks for watching.